Okay, so this Agile Nudge is going to lead on from the last one. If you remember the last one, we were talking about how to size stories and how to do estimation based on yesterday's weather. This is an exceptionally good tool for product owners to manage stakeholders and give good expectation and forecasting of future work based on the work that we've already done. This case study is a real story that I was involved in at a bank a few years ago, and it's a good example of how we can use product burn down charts. So imagine, if you will, we've got a team of people that have been working for 4 or 5 sprints. The velocity of the first sprint was about 25, the next one 28, I think 23, numbers something like that, 27. And so we're starting to find that there was a trend. And we got to this point, and we hadn't actually then, really at that point, we hadn't given any kind of commitment or forecast to our stakeholders, but of course they're interested. When are we going to deliver this functionality to our customer? Is it going to be ready on time, and are we going to deliver everything? This is what we did. First thing is called affinity estimating. Now, I believe that it's best to do an affinity estimating once you're familiar what these numbers are. And what we did, we only spent half an hour. The whole team got together. We lined up all of the pieces of work, all of the user stories, and we went through it. For a future Agile Nudge, I'll explain exactly how to do it. But then we segregated them all out and arbitrarily put where the boundaries were. We put, say, this was a 3, these were 5s, 8s, 13s. And we found out that the whole backlog was exactly 1,000 points. Of course, by this time, we'd done quite a few. And these were the highest business value. These were the things that we'd refined and we knew that we needed to do. But of course, the business wanted to know when we were going to deliver. By this time, we'd done about 150 points. So if you add all of these numbers up, I think it came to around about 150 by sprint 5 when we did this affinity estimating. So I went, there's quite a few senior executives and senior managers were in this meeting. And this is the degree of fidelity that I gave them. There was no PowerPoints. But we explained that we'd done 150 story points so far as a relative size, and that the whole thing was 1,000 points. And you could see cogs whirring because one of the managers, actually it was the CIO was there, he said, well, hold on a minute, we need to go live with this by sprint 10. You've been going for 5, so you've only got 5 more sprints to go. The rate you're going, perhaps you're going to start to accelerate, and the teams were getting faster, but there's absolutely no way you can do 1,000 points. He was right. So instead of, but we knew we had a drop dead date because it was a banking app that we wanted in the market before Christmas. So we needed to go live in about October, November time. And we had a commitment for mid-October to go live then. With this data, this is empirical data, it was a very easy conversation to kill these items of functionality there. Perhaps we can deliver them later on, who knows? But we only had a fixed budget in any case for the time, and it was much easier to do the work here. As it happened, we delivered late, a week late. The reason I'm raising this with you is my background in project management. I found it really difficult creating a Gantt chart, predicting the future deterministically, and then presenting it to stakeholders and having to negotiate. It was so easy to give them the real data, the real empirical data. And sure, there's maybe a way that we can get the team to go a little bit faster. There's some things we can do to accelerate. But in practice, it just takes this part of the scope off the table. I used affinity estimating, which is a very broad brush way to estimate the whole body of work. And this stuff here was quite vague because we hadn't refined it as much as this stuff which we'd already done. But it was an easy conversation to have. So it's something that, as a product owner, is something that you can do to work with your stakeholders, to guide them and give them early warning of what can be delivered in the time that we've got. I hope this Agile Nudge was useful for you. I've got lots more to give to you. Thank you.